Hey folks, this is BestInSlot. Welcome back to our Mods of the Week Spotlights for Jurassic World Evolution 2. We're a little bit late this week. I wanted to give people time after Update 1 in order to update their mods or like handle the new update and stuff like that. But that does segue very nicely into our disclaimer. So many of you have inevitably summoned demons this past week. The update did break the game for a lot of people because a lot of people's mods, in particular Cryogenics mods, were not compatible with the new update. Some mods were. Some mods that just replaced the species, etc. worked absolutely fine with the new update, but the bigger ones didn't. So as per usual, you are taking a little bit of a risk. It is usually a relatively easy fix, but as mods become more developed, the chances of maps breaking and save files breaking and stuff does go up in the future. So you have been warned. It's not Frontier's fault, it's not my fault, and it is indeed not the mod maker's fault. All that said, let's get started. So it's actually a pretty chill week. I think the update obviously took a lot of the attention away, so hopefully in the next few weeks we see some cool stuff come out. We're actually not looking at any new species today, but we are going to look at a couple of cool things. So we're going to start off over here with the Chronosaurus. Very little new update this, but you can see pretty quickly what it does. I actually think it looks fairly fantastic. So this is not the skin I meant to pick, by the way. So this is a Chronosaurus eye overhaul by Mecha, and as you can see, it takes what the Chronosaurus actually has a very cute face usually. It's got this big black eye that makes it look a little bit like a baby. It's absolutely adorable. I really like it. However, if you want your Chronosaurus to be a little bit spookier, a little bit more probably realistic if we're honest, but a little bit more intimidating in general and maybe fit more into the style of the Chronosaurus, then this eye overhaul gives it this much more typically reptilian looking eye, which is pretty cool, works really well, fits the Chronosaurus really nicely, and it's basically up to you now. Do you want to have a cute Chrono or a spooky Chrono? The choice is yours. Now we're going to stick with the water for a little bit. We're going to stay nice and wet, and what we're going to do is we're going to make it nighttime. Now if you were watching my videos earlier this week, you'll have seen this mod, but I think it's always worth showcasing again because it is phenomenal. This is Elasmosaurus with glowing eyes by Yossaba. And it really does what it says on the tin. It gives a last. I love that you can even see them above the water and you see it shimmering. This is an actual, it's not fakery, it's not messing around with anything. This is an actual emissive material being used here, an actual legitimate glowing material, as you can see. I decided to showcase a new colour. The blue actually looks really good. The blue might be my favourite. But there are 6 or 7. There's blue, yellow, green, red, white, purple, so I think there's 6 different colours available to you. It looks really good. The Elasmosaurus has always had a deep sea monstrous aesthetic, and if you want to lean into that even further, which I personally do, then stick the terrifying glowing eyes on it. I think it looks really good, and I can't wait to see this technique used, hopefully in many more things down the line. I saw Yossaba was working on like a jellyfish kind of thing. That looked pretty incredible as well. Anyway, it's just a really cool mod. It's a lot of fun. And that's what we like to have here on the channel, a lot of fun. Let's hop back to daytime, and we're going to get nice and dry now. And we're going to move on to the skies, and we're going to check out this new Serodactylus made by GVFL, Game Videos for Life. Dum dum. You were meant to be random colours, maybe you are. There they are. Okay, so this is actually a whole new model, not entirely brand new model across our board, but a new model and a new texture / skin suite for the Serodactylus, meant to bring it a little bit more in line with how we imagine the Serodactylus looked based on, you know, on the Jurassic Park novel, which is of course where Serodactylus comes from in terms of the franchise. It was the pterosaur of choice in the first Jurassic Park novel, and it really has made a gigantic change. Looks like it's turning into Swamp Thing, or it's had a nice little dance in the swamp, but the head design and shape is completely different. And if you look for artwork of the Serodactylus from the first novel, you won't find any official stuff as far as I can tell, but all the fan renditions based on the description do look quite a lot more like this. It's a really well made. So I say there's no new species. This is close enough to count. Nice new texture, a bit more gritty, a bit rougher in a grrrg kind of way, but obviously we don't have the little crest anymore, which wasn't there in the book version, stuff like that. It's pretty cool. If you wanted to, you know, have like a novel park, for example, and bring it a little bit more in line with novel accuracy, you would probably use this mod. I think this would be a really good shout. Good stuff. From GVFL, as in good videos for life, because it's a good mod. It's one of those days. I've not recorded in 3 whole days. I just feel naturally very awkward right now. Right, let's move on to the land. We're going to first... I'm very excited about this one. This is Woolly Packy Rhinosaurus by Yosoba. Absolutely beautiful. Now, obviously inspired by the recent release of Prehistoric Kingdom, which does indeed have a Woolly Pachyrhinosaurus. Woolly Pachyrhinosaurus is very, very, very speculative. The chances are Pachyrhinosaurus wasn't woolly, but it's kind of taken off a little bit in paleo media in like a slightly fun in-joke sort of way. And, you know, it's not impossible. Let's say that much. And I really like it. Again, I think this is really well done. Yosoba always handles these furs really well. I mean, there's some problems on the back, whatever, but generally speaking, considering it's unofficial as well, it actually looks really good. All these intricate little individual fibers on the fur shader. And if nothing else, I think it looks really cool. It looks like a Viking. Oh, hello. It's like a Viking with a big wool coat on. Whether you like this or not is going to be very, very personal. Because, well, please fix these eyes, by the way. Whether you like this or not is going to be very, very personal preference. I'm a pretty big fan, personally. I think it looks really cool. I actually might use this mod myself in the future, just because I think it's very stylish, you know. Anyways, it looks cool. Big fan. And nice little hint about what, you know, we're still hoping and waiting for feathered dinosaurs in Jurassic World Evolution 2. Maybe this is the kind of direction they'd end up going in. Not, you know, furry Pachyrhinosaurus, but it at least shows that it's capable of looking good inside the game. And big shout out to Yosoba for that. Right, next up, we're going to pop out the Chronosaurus and the Stego first, before we hop onto the Indo, because the Indom, I was going to say it's going to eat everything, although, of course, we can now turn that off. Really, I'm just showing you, this is a normal Chronosaurus here, nothing to see. Oh, that's a very cool skin. This random skin option is the greatest thing in human history. Can I just point that out there? It's just on all of them, it looks brilliant. Looks so good! Makes me so happy. Right, so what this mod called, very coolly, is by Nanolicensis, and it's called Jpg Pals. And basically what it does, if we go into the shared booth here, you can see the Chronosaurus, which actually dislikes Stegosaurus generally speaking, actually likes sharing with the Stegosaurus, because back in JPOG, the Chronosaurus and the Stegosaurus liked living together. So for those of you playing on Challenge or Campaign, or you want to play Sandbox but you want to keep the habitation limits on to make it a little bit more challenging for yourself, Jpg Pals is a pretty cool little, I don't know, it does tons of stuff like this. It's not just the Chronosaurus Stegosaurus, it's things like the Albertosaurus and Parasaurolophus can live together in relative harmony. The Ceratosaurus and Dryosaurus, Coryphosaurus and Edmontosaurus can live together. Edmontosaurus, Parasaurolophus, Rhinosaurus, Edmontosaurus. Animals also have like favoured prey now, like the Rhinosaurus for the Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus in JPOG loved to hunt a Rhinosaurus, and now it will do again in Jurassic World Evolution 2. It's just a nice little dose of nostalgia, essentially, and if you're into JPOG and you wanted to rebuild exhibits from how you imagined back in JPOG, well, this is the mod to do it in, basically. I think it's a really cool little idea, and it's nice that we can change this kind of thing as well. There is, of course, other cohabitation mods. We showed off hypers relatively recently that also did other things like balanced pack hunting, etc. But yeah, it's cool. I like that quite a lot. You know, they like living with each other now because they did JPOG, and that's fun. Nice little dose of nostalgia. Now we're going to finish things off with an Indominus Rex Dramatic. Oh no, bloody Stegosaurus, man, get out of the way. Oh, that looks very cool though. The camouflage, but the red spines, amazing. Gonna get redder and redder, redder and redder and redder. Dum dum dum. Dramatic camera work. So this is the level 40 Jurassic World the game Indominus Rex skin by Good Videos for Life. That's your new name now. And yeah, does what it says on the tin. Basically, it redesigns the Indominus Rex pattern to make it look like this. You know, so all the other Indominus Rex patterns will still work. It'll just have this pattern, but in a new colour, essentially. This brand new, very, very over the top, wibbly wobbly, veiny, magma-y, I don't know what the term is. It's like a spill, but then there's stripes and there's spiky bits and blah, 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 blah. And it will place a pattern with this for all of them, obviously with new colours. But this one in particular, this red and pattern combination, is very, very similar to the Jurassic World the Game version, the level 40 version. It's less over the top, it must be said, but that's because it's Jurassic World the Game, so of course it is. But yeah, it's a really, really well done job, and you know, if you're into Jurassic World the Game or you're into your insane looking Indominus Rexes, this is a good option for you as well. Sure, you have a little scratch, you deserve it, buddy. You've had a long day. And that is about it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me. As I say, a slightly quieter week, but still, despite that, some very, very cool mods. I would have expected quieter weeks as well in the face of, you know, the new update. People are playing the new update. People are trying to work out how that works with modding, stuff like that. Hopefully, we'll see some very cool stuff this upcoming week. The next Mods of the Week episode will be in a shorter time frame. It'll be this Saturday or Sunday, 5 or 6 days. I'll probably make it Sunday just to account for the fact that this one was late. But yeah, some very cool stuff. Go give the mod makers lots of love. All these mods are, of course, linked down below in the description if you want to check them out for yourselves. Let me know which is your favourite of the bunch in the comment section down below. And yeah, go check out the Nexus. There are a few other pretty cool looking mods out there. There's one that's I think Yaz's dinosaur skins in particular, I did want to showcase as well. Looks really, really good. Some really nice new skins on there. Definitely recommend that one. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Throw me a like down below if you enjoyed the video. And this week we should be starting our sandbox build on this and Prehistoric Kingdom, Planet Zoo. Whispered that last one quietly. Thanks for joining me. Cheers much love as always. Bye-bye.
Reaching out.